Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Mike. I'm actually one of the product specialists here at Salon Iris. Will be running the webinar today. Thank you so much for joining us. So today's webinar is actually going to revolve around the marketing aspect of Salon Iris and what it's able to do for you. Now, obviously, we're all aware of what's going on with COVID-19, and the other thing that I will also be doing is trying to overlay that into some of the marketing aspect of the system as well, as I'm sure you all have customers that have questions or that you're trying to communicate with at this current time to let them know, that you will not be open or that you will have to get back to them with a follow-up for their appointment and so on, given the current times that we're currently living in. So just to kind of get started here, what we're going to do is I'm going to go over to more, and from here, we're going to go to the marketing section of the software. When I click on marketing, we have two aspects. We have email marketing and we also have text marketing. So to get started, I'm going to start with the email side and what we can do with several different outreaches, starting with perhaps COVID-19. So I've already kind of drafted up some emails for the sake of the webinar. However, I would like to address those and know how to edit those and go through the motions and complete those. Now, if you needed to add a brand new campaign, we would just click the plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner. By doing so, it's going to trigger, what kind of campaign are we looking to create? If you want to do a happy birthday or, which would be recurring. So every, once a year, they'd automatically get an email in correlation with their birthday, and you could put a coupon or a link on there for, $5 or $10 off. Which is really great. Another awesome one is remind clients to book again. Very applicable all across the board here. We all want that door to stay revolving and we want our customers to return. This is a great way to do so. I'm just going to use this as a starter example here. So if I go remind clients to book again and we do click continue, what it's going to do from here is take you past step one where you're selecting what you want to do into step two, which is the design of the campaign. And essentially this is a pre-made campaign, which is pretty cool because it's basically got all the guts in there for you. So now it's just up to you if you'd like to make any alterations to the email, or if you like it as is, you could just go with the flow of what's already here. Now, to do so, in these instances, this is for a rebooking of an appointment. So what we would do here is over on the left-hand side, we can select the kind of template that we want. If we're like, oh, this is great, or we have this, we miss you, for example. If you don't like the imagery or would like to make some alterations to the email before it goes out, you're more than welcome to. If you didn't like this and you wanted to maybe put your company logo, you could click on the image here and you could click the insert image button here. And then from there, you could most certainly upload an image that you have of your business or of what you would like to put in its place instead. From there, I could simply, click the image and click insert. In this case, I am going to select to cancel, as my objective is not to, put the Salon Iris logo, but to, keep it relevant to what we're speaking about, which is trying to get them back in the door. So now, with that being said, this is going to automatically, identify their name based on these placeholders that you see up here. You can insert, first name, and then we could also do last name if you wanted to. So I could go and put a space, and then I could go insert client last name. And as you'll see, that will add that into the field there as well. And that'll automatically pick up on that information based on their client record. Next from here is if we're like, I really want to spice this email up a little bit, maybe add, a link for them to go and book an appointment. What you could also do is if you utilize our online booking, you could most certainly put like a book now link into this email if you wanted to. Or you could also, put even like an image and insert an actual image into here as well. So if we're going to use that as an example, I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of a space in here. And from here, I'm going to go insert image. And let's go with this Facebook image I have here, and maybe you have a different image that might be more applicable. And if I click insert, it's going to punch that guy right in here. And what I can do is you can actually hyperlink this image. So if you were to click on this image and then click the insert hyperlink above right next to where it is to insert the actual image, what it will do is it's going to ask you for where you want it to navigate to. So I'm going to select just our website, saloniris.com, and or you can obviously it's a Facebook icon, so you could most certainly link it directly to your Facebook, because maybe that's also where they could like you and they could also book an appointment through there as well. So in those instances, now if they were to click on this here, it's going to navigate them directly over to the page that you've embedded inside the image itself. So once we've done those things and we're happy with how the email looks, obviously you can most certainly change the alignment of where things are located above, along with the text. And if you want to change anything about it, all that is listed above. Once we're happy, we can just simply click continue. Now this campaign, I already have this in the system, so I'm just going to say rebook appointment 2.0. And then, if you don't like the subject or you want to change it, maybe you want to add your business name to it, by all means, you're welcome to do that as well. From here, I could go continue. Now it's going to go over to the criteria. Now this is an automated campaign that was kind of already set up. So it's already filtering criteria automatically, as you will see here. Had their last visit more than 45 days ago and does not have an appointment scheduled in the future. So essentially, this is trying to get anyone that hasn't been back to the business in the last 45 days and doesn't seem to be returning either. Now we could up that, we could say 60 days. We could go 60 days there. And then, we could even take it a step further if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. You could be trying to hone in on a target list of customers based on, their last visit, or has not purchased a particular set of services, or they haven't subscribed to text marketing. So if they don't have text marketing, we most certainly, if they have an email address on file, we most definitely want to reach them. So in that case, now I can click continue. We have the email. If I'm happy with everything, I can actually send a test message. What that's going to do for you is, in the event that you don't have or would like to view the email prior to all of your customers receiving it, you can send that email directly to yourself, test it out, make sure it works and everything's working smoothly. If for some reason you run into a hiccup somewhere, you can always go back and make an alteration to it. Now from there, that would be, I would click start campaign at the bottom. You're also going to get a list of customers that's going to go out to. And then I can click start campaign, and it will then automatically, start the motions of this. And this is going to be on a reoccurring basis based on, they haven't been in 60 days and they don't have a future appointment. So anyone that ends up meeting that criteria will wind up getting this email here. So now I'm just going to save this as a draft. I don't actually want to send it out yet. And what I do want to circle around to on the email side is, the current issue that we're all living in, which is, social distancing and this COVID-19. So if we click on this guy here, I have kind of already built it out, but we're going to go through the steps anyways. In this case, I did a build your own. And it's set up as a recurring. It doesn't have to be. You could do a one-time, and I can click continue. From here, it's all about developing the email. There's some emails over here on the left-hand side. These are essentially my templates. These are things that I've been working with, essentially. And to kind of give you some more concept in here from this side, this is a great way to, get a message out to your customers to let them know your current situation. And you might send 1 or 2 or 3 of these out, depending on, we're all kind of living in a day-to-day right now. So with that being said, you might address them, today as of March 31st. And maybe today is the first day that your shop has been closed due to the incident. So if we put that in here, you can most certainly, most people will most likely read this, as this is kind of the topic of the century right now. and give them the full details of what's going on for you. Now, what you can also do is if you would like to kind of navigate them somewhere else outside of the email, what I did do is, for more details, please click here. So I hyperlink the click here, just like you could hyperlink an image, so that it's embedded in the actual imagery. You can most certainly do that in the text as well. So when you actually do that, what it's going to do is when you do click on it, I can't do it here, but when you do click on it, it'll navigate them to wherever you're trying to redirect them, which might be your website, or maybe it's your Facebook or your Instagram. So you can embed all of those links, and you could put them all in the emails. You could have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Any sort of social media that you might be updating or you're trying to navigate or traffic your customers to. This is a really great opportunity to try and send out a message to your customers. The other awesome aspect of this is, because we do offer an online booking functionality, which you may have on your own website, or you might be utilizing our website, you are able to, again, embed those links directly in here, for once things tend to pick up again, and we can send out, a text or an email through the system to let the customers know, like, hey, like get on the books here, we're in a suit, because I'm imagining everybody is going to be in a very busy time, come, a month from now when this is all, hopefully dying down. So, this is going to be a super powerful tool that you can utilize to really try and, get some traffic flowing to online booking and back into the business as things, tend to, trend upwards in the near future here. But at the current moment, this is a great opportunity for you to address your customers. You can also offer some sort of curbside business if you offer products. And your business is not closed, but you have to keep that social distancing at this time. We've had plenty of customers utilizing it from us, from a curbside aspect, where they're offering, for people to come pick up products as well. So from here, I'm just going to click continue. I've addressed my message. If they click here, they're going to get navigated over to Salon Iris's website for more detail. And I could also even put, the Salon Iris logo in here, or if I didn't want this logo, I could most certainly highlight that and then click the insert image again, to change what I have in play. Now, in this instance, I'm going to click insert image, and maybe I just want to put, the Salon Iris logo in addition to, so now I can put that directly on here. Now, one thing that I always want to point out, just to keep in mind, is on the insert image, whatever you upload here, whatever size that you have uploaded it as, is exactly how it's going to display. So, any size or formatting change needed will have to be done prior to you uploading it into the cloud solution. Now, once you've done that, if I didn't like this, I could, of course, just backspace it out and eliminate it. And then from there, we would just go continue. And now it's going again back through, the campaign settings. Who do you want to send this out to? And essentially this is a one-time or a recurring blast that I'm sending out. So it's not really asking me for, how many days have they not, have I not seen them for right here? Essentially, anyone that hasn't subscribed to text marketing and anyone that has not received this campaign in the last 30 days, I want them to get this message. So in this case, I can click continue. Gonna have, our email. And again, just like earlier, you can send a test message to make sure that it's giving you what you need. Once we've done that, I could start the campaign, and it's gonna automatically start going out to all the customers that meet the criteria. So again, I'm gonna save this as a draft. We're not gonna, make the final touches on this. However, once these things have started to send out, you're gonna see how many people it's been sent to. As you can see here, there's a sent section. And then we also have an open rate. So the open rate is going to be, what percentage of the sent customers have actually opened your email. So you can actually see, what's fruitful, what's being effective, what should you do more of. So it's a great way to kind of look and weigh the scale here. Now, moving away from the email marketing, we're going to talk a little bit about text marketing, which is very similar in a lot of ways, but it's going to reach, your customer base in a more effective manner. As you know, the world that we live in today, everybody is living by, you know, the phone in their hand. So with that being said, you know, we offer all the same functionalities through text marketing as well. So to kind of, you know, give you some perspective around that, we do have a COVID-19 message that I also crafted on here. If you wanted to create a new message, you could most certainly click the plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, this is a great opportunity to reach your customer base super quickly and effectively at the current times. If you don't have text marketing, give us a call. We are definitely helping people, you know, just sign up for this at the current moment in time so that you can reach out to all of your customers. It's super important to us to make sure that you're successful in your time of need now so that we can excel together, you know, when this thing is finally, you know, at its end. So with that being said, if I were to go build your own, you know, one-time text blast here, we click continue. I've already kind of drafted a message in here, you know, which is just, you know, it's in relation to COVID-19 here. It's also addressing, you know, that, you know, we're going to temporarily be closing all salons effective, you know, whatever day that your salon may have closed. You know, and I'm just trying to get a message out to all of my customers. So this is a really great way, as you know, we all know, you know, we don't always check our emails, or we might miss an email as well, given the current status of the world we live in. So this is a great way to communicate very effectively with all of your customers. So, you know, when it comes down to it here, what we're going to be looking at is, you know, a great way not only to allocate some resources and make sure that all of our customers are being communicated with, but also to make them aware that you're not open given the current times. And once we've done that, I can click continue. I'm currently just going to address it to all clients. If you did want to filter it, you could go selected clients. And from here, you know, does not have an appointment in the future. You know, obviously this message is meant for all clients, but if you have a message, which we're going to touch on in just a moment here, that's when we're going to get into this filtering of the criteria itself. Now, I am going to circle back down to step one, and we're actually going to take it, you know, one step back, and I'm going to discard any changes I've made and go back. As you know, I really wanted to address, you know, the social distancing, as that might be something that you might want to be you know, trying to advocate to your customers at this current time, in this current pandemic that we're running in. Now, in the event, you know, that things are finally, you know, shaping up, and we're, you know, through the hurdle of this, there's some very fruitful, you know, methods that the marketing can also provide from a texting aspect. Now, with that being said, you know, just like the email side, you know, there's quite a few different ones. We're going to click the plus sign. Let's just craft one together real quickly here. So if I do click the plus sign, from here, we do have like last minute appointments, slow times. So, you know, this is really, you know, trying to be like an appointment filler tool during, you know, a time where you might be slower, which, you know, I'm sure we're all not going to be that slow, you know, come the end of the month when things, you know, tend to open back up and we're all off of this lockdown. And when that does happen, you know, I'm sure that the phones are going to ring off the hooks. However, if you do have, you know, a week or a day that you want to mark it out for, you could select this last minute and appointment slow times, and we can go continue. And then what it's doing here is it's trying to help you build it. So is this for a single date or a range of days? So like if you're having like a slow Friday, you know, you could go out and you could select the day that's slow. So like maybe the 9th, you don't have anyone on the books yet, you know, which is actually a Thursday. But you know, if you're slow that day, you can also offer a discount. Maybe they're going to get, you know, $5 off. You know, and from there I could go select, and it's going to kind of already build it out for you. You know, and it's going to have the company phone number. It's going to have the company name in here as well. You know, you can also, you know, you could put your company website or the online booking link in here as well, just to address, you know, trying to get, you know, them to navigate over to your website. And that's just trying to get more traffic there so that they book online opposed to calling. But, you know, this is going to be a really awesome tool that you can utilize, you know, come hopefully the end of the month when things, are moving forward and we're all able to go back outside. So I really wanted to point this out, as this is a really great tool that can really help set you apart, and really get you some business back in the door as things tend to pick up. Now with that, I can go save as draft and I can continue moving forward with something else, or I can click continue here. I can of course make alterations to it, to the message itself. And from there, I also had their last visit more than 10 days ago. So, in this case, maybe it's going to be more than 30 days ago. So I only wanted to go out to people that haven't had an appointment in the last 30 days, and maybe it's 45. Now, in addition to that, has not received any marketing text in the past, maybe it's 10 days, because maybe you're sending out other campaigns. Maybe you had a birthday one that just went out and you don't want it to cross over with that, because you don't want your customers to necessarily get flooded with text message marketing from you. So this is a great way to avoid that. And from here, I can click continue. It's going to have the message that's going to go out here. And then from there, I can of course send a test message, just like you can with the email. You can punch in your phone number and get this message sent to you at a later date, so that you can make sure that this is exactly what you wanted. Now, in addition to this, all I have from here is schedule to send. And what it's going to do is it's going to automatically schedule that to go out. And typically these messages are going to go out between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Your local time. And with that being said, that's just trying to be conscientious of, not trying to hit on somebody too late and not trying to wake them up in the morning as well. So with that, I'm going to go save as draft. And what kind of questions typically come out of that as well, from that 9 to 5 window, is what if I I wanted to go out immediately. So it's going to try and send them out as quickly as possible. The reason it gives that window of time is in the event that you have a mass amount, like maybe it's 2,000 or 3,000 messages that are trying to go out. So that's not going to be able to go out all in one mass message. It's going to take the system a couple hours to actually be able to deliver all of those messages and get all those out, so it's not slowing you down from a day-to-day as well. Now we've kind of gone over the email marketing along with the text marketing. The last thing that I really like to touch on in the system here is just the reminder section, because reminders are super important in the software as well, and for our customers to make sure that they show up for our appointments. It's going to be options here. And from here, we have email and texting. Now, if you don't have this set up, when you click on reminders and notifications, you will notice that it has you punch in your business details, your business name, your phone number, your address. And that's just so that, when you're trying to address them via email marketing or via the text messaging service as well, you will be able to, automatically populate that information into the email for you. Now, from the reminder section here, we have the appointment reminders, and we have, to notify them via email and text message. We can configure, how many days before their appointment they're going to get a reminder. And we can most certainly confirm their appointment via text message if they so choose, or if you allow that. Now, with that being said, you can most certainly alter the email. You can alter the text message. You can also preview them and see what they say, in here, and you can make them, or craft them to say something differently if you need them to, just for your eyes. Now, in addition to that, we do have a couple of additional notifications. So we have an appointment scheduled notification where we can notify clients via email or text message about their appointment that they scheduled. That would happen upon booking. You can also do that from the employee's end as well. They could get an email or a text message if you so choose. In addition to that, we're going to have an appointment change notification. I don't personally recommend this one, as if you make a alteration to an appointment, or you're just trying to work things out or move things around, and you have this turned on and you accidentally move something, or you're going to be putting something back or make an alteration, they're going to get these notifications and they're going to be like, oh, somebody made a change, and they might have to call and they might get confused. So I don't personally recommend the appointment change because a lot can happen there, but that is totally up to you. And then we also have an appointment canceled. So the appointment canceled is a great way to validate, from the customer's end along with your own. And again, this is from the client side and the employee side, and you can pick and choose what they do or don't receive in these instances. You can most certainly, craft and change the message that they receive or the template for any of these options as well. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.